Alright, so here's a tiers or time mark 7 map, which is basically the equivalent of a tier 16 in PoE. In this game, as far as I know, let me just roll that. There we go. Roll some mods on it, get more quantity. Open portal. Let me show you how the map and the build performs in the map. It's pretty crazy. Put your sunglasses on. You just leap slam through and blow everything up. So it's not like my setup. It's pretty glass cannon, but I can still tank some stuff. I haven't really done much of the defense yet. Probably do that soon. Make an update video. And then figure out how to make it more tanky without like nuking the damage. Still in the process of figuring out all the mechanics in this game. That was a time mark 7 map. Alright, here's a little showcase on target dummies for the DPS of the build. So we're sitting around like 37, 38 million. This is all pretty budget gear. So, skill trees. First skill tree is gonna be God of Might. And then for your first, I don't know what this thing's called. Whatever this thing's called. Taking Tenacity. And these Tenacity blessings grant damage reduction, but we're actually going to convert it with, where is it? Somewhere gets converted. Here we go. In the third tree, Blood Striker. In this notable, I'm gonna call it a notable. No, I'll call it Keystone actually. It changes the effect of the blessings to 8% attack speed and 8% skill radius, and we're stacking a bunch of those. Get a ton of attack speed, ton of skill radius. So the second one is probably the most OP keystone you can get on this character. Maybe, well, not necessarily on the character, but in this like area tree thing. Maybe one of the most broken ones in the game. Damage just ignores fire res. That's pretty huge. Here, I'll show you the tree here. I'm not going to go through each individual node. Yeah. So that's that. So the keystones in this one is Rock. It gives you +2 max stacks. That's good. And you get 15% fire damage per stack. And then second keystone here is Focus Blow, and area skills deal up to 40% extra AoE damage at the center. Here is the tree. Then the final one is a Blood Striker. First keystone, Sacrifice. Went over that. Second one, No Loose Ends. 300 attack crit strike rating on full life, and then 35 additional attack damage on low life. So there is a helmet / belt that lets you get basically you're on low life all the time. So that's what you're gonna try and get. If you go, the helmet is called Tide of the Sticks. It's pretty expensive though. So you're probably not gonna get that for a while, but this would be your endgame helmet. Non-life, non-full life would be considered as low life. Obviously that is really good. So that's the helmet you would use if you're like a big pumper. I think that's it for the skills. Yeah. Here are my hero traits. First one, well, you only have one option. Second one is Frenzy Furious. Critical strike rating for every 1 rage you have, which is your little passive meter. Critical strike damage per 1 rage. And 50, well, yep. 62, gain 15 rage on critical strike. We're doing crits a lot, so that's really good. Reverberation, 50% chance for active skill strikes to trigger burst. While Berserk is active, crit strikes have 100% chance to trigger burst. So burst is like a little damage thingy every time you hit something. You can kind of see it here. It's kind of hard to see. It's like that big circle that comes out. See that big circle thingy? Yeah, that's burst. It's hard to figure out what the ideal links to this is, but I have attack focus, which gives you additional damage per stack of focus on the skill, and additional crit strike rating. Then I also have harden linked to it. This is like Fortify and PoE, and it's always up if you do this. So it's a good way to get that buff on without actually wasting it on a slot here. So here are my skills. Flame Slash. It's linked with added fire damage, Raging Slash, Precision Strike, Elemental Fusing, and Slash Duet. So Raging Slash and Slash Duet are the probably the most important two. The Steep Strike is very important. You're trying to that'll trigger your like cone area damage thingy. So you can see here, Flame Slash. It attacks enemy units ahead. In the Sweep Slash form, it has a chance to turn the strikes into Steep Strike. So the Steep Strike is what you're looking for. It makes the radius big, and it's huge. And it increases the like cone size. And the reason we want to increase the cone size is the skill shotguns. So this is really like a bunch of projectiles coming out basically. And like you stand right here, this thing's getting hit by all of them. So you want to get as much AoE as you can, because it'll give you more shotgunning, basically. So yeah. +2 sweep strike directions for every 50% bonus to skill radius, so that's kind of what you're mainly trying to scale on this. So, yeah. Added fire here is not your best one, but it is really, really good early, and it's really, really hard to replace. Flat damage in this game is like really OP on budget gear. Eventually, you'll probably replace it with increased crit damage. So yeah. Then I'm using Life Source as like my healing flask. I have it linked with Berserk, Armor Infusion. Berserk, what Berserk does, it gives you like attack and attack crit while your things are recovering. Armor Infusion. When you take a damage type, while this is recovering, you will receive less damage of that specific type. Cooldown reduction, straightforward enough. Emergency restoration. When you use this on low life, it'll give you more healing. Leap attack, I have linked with quick mobility, and you don't need this. I don't know why that's in there. Bloodthirst, it's like basically like Blood Rage and PoE. take life per second, and you're gonna get attack speed. It's a lot better than Blood Rage, so cooldown reduction, overclock. While this is active, other skills deal 20% additional damage. And then Death Wish increases the effect. It makes you take more life. Bull's Rage is a really big one. There's a huge buff, 44% melee skill damage while the skill's active. And it also gives you area effect too. Mania, increased effect, reduced duration, cooldown reduction, death will. Here are my auras: Acuteness, Imbue, Fearless, and this mark. So this mark works with Acuteness, Imbue. So when you hit an enemy with your main skill, you want to make sure your Flame Slash is here in your main skill slot. It'll mark it, and then it'll make them take increased damage. Rejuvenation, just like Vitality, you get flat life regen. I have a Seal Conversion because I don't have enough mana. So it reserves a little bit of my life. Curse on hit, Scorch, and Abysmal Hatred. Abysmal Hatred just gives us more effect, and Scorch is the curse, and it just increases the fire damage they take. So here's the gear I'm currently using. Helmet, got some damage on it, some life. Mainly using this helmet just for the resistances. Because this build is currently, I'm using a lot of uniques. There's some pretty good ones in this game. So my body armor is Sky Devourer, Agile armor. Gives more res, stats, AoE damage, and skill area. You want to, so skill area is good because we're trying to get a lot of area in this build. This Mind Flame amulet gives life, some strength, fire, resistance. Fire Piercing doesn't do anything for us because we ignore fire res. Then True Flame, this gives us enemies that will die. The fire damage, Explode, it's like a little explodey clearing help kind of thing. Not that the build really needs it, but there's probably a better amulet to use, but the fire res is nice too, and this certainly doesn't hurt. Big Gloves, these ones are pretty important. Varagon Shrouds gives you life, and what it does is your Tenacity Blessing for each attack gives you 5% steep strike chance, which is what causes the big cone explosion thing. So we're trying to stack as much of that as we can. 5% multi-strike chance, 10% demolisher charge speed, and then when you have at least 10 stacks, you get 10% attack crit rating and 10% attack speed, and gives you +1 stacks there. And then to get to +10, you can get another max stack on the End of Confusion unique ring. It gives you some life too and some stats and a few other things. These are all random rolls here, so you can search for some good ones. Melee damage is a good one. There's one other good one, but I didn't get it because it was too expensive and it wasn't that important. Belt, Pale Mist Embrace, some life, resistance, more skill area, and then it does 34% of the increase on skill radius. It's also applied to area damage, so that's pretty large since we're scaling a lot of skill radius / area on this build. Boots, I just have life and some damage and some res. I wouldn't worry about movement speed on them. You never walk on this build, you just leap slime everywhere. This glove is this ring is really bad. I need to replace it, but you'll basically just get flat damage on it and resistance and like other damage mods like crit strike, whatever. Axes. Here's an import mod: 2 to 4 added physical damage per 16 strength. You can get a higher tier of that. This is only tier 2. The top tier is per 8 strength, so that would be really good. Some added damage, fire or physical, both will be good. Elemental damage, sweep strikes, steep gear attack, critical strike rating, crit damage. I'll explain the crafting of the axe to just give a little example in a second. But that is the gear. Alright, so here's how to craft the weapons of this build. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna need a conflict war axe. There is a better base, but I don't think it's worth the price if you're just starting out, which I'm assuming you will, but I don't know what it's called, but you can see it's like the top axe base type. It's not this one, it's like red. You want to make sure you buy the axe, and you want to make sure it's level 85 or higher. And you're going to look for this mod on it. Added attack physical damage per 16 strength. And then ideally you want it blue. You don't want it to be like, you don't want more than 2 affixes here. I guess 3 could be okay too, but ideally you want 2 or just the 1. And now what we're going to try and do is get rid of this or get a better tier of it. I guess added gear fire damage does basically the same thing since it's a pure fire build. So keep doing this until we replace that with something better, basically. Let's see if it'll happen here. There we go, tier 2, added gear fire damage. Yeah, okay, I'll do this one. T1, alright, that's pretty good, there we go. Then do the post fixes here. Okay, the suffixes. Then we'll do, next best one would be one of these, Soul Burst Ember. They're all pretty good. So when you get more affixes, it gets more expensive to craft it, so you really want to make sure you get a good one. You gotta make sure it doesn't also remove one of your good ones up there, so. Looking for something good here. T4, attack speed, I mean. It's alright, I guess. I think we can do better, because the rest is all tier 2 or above, so be a little bit greedy. This is getting, I don't know, should I just stick with that? Maybe I'll just stick with that. Just stick with that for now. And you can do, can either do that again and get another one, or you can use one of these special ones, Ruling Ember. So you can do Ruling Ember to try and get more added physical damage. For the prefix, but my prefixes are full, so I'm not going to do that. But if, say, you had an open slot in the prefix, you could use one of these ones. Technique Ember for the suffix. Skill area would be good. Chance to obtain steep strike effects would be good. Let's see if we hit anything here. I doubt it. Oh, I mean, that's pretty good. I think I'll keep that. Because steep strike, actually, I'm not too sure what my percent is right now. I might be over, but since the build like relies on getting steep strikes a lot, so that's pretty good. Now I'll try and get one of these back on. This is pretty expensive now. Tier 6 critical strike damage. I'll do like one more. Oh, there we go. That's huge. That's a big one. And then the last one's a flame elementium. That's really expensive. I'm just gonna leave that for now, and then you can go into enchant. This is like bench crafting in PoE. Which one is it? Is this one? No. And that one is pretty good. Oh, there we go. Select this, and then prefix full. Wait. Oh, there you go. There's the suffixes. And then probably do, yeah, just do critical strike damage. I don't know if it's worth it much stuff. But that is what you do if you got something really good. I don't know if that'd be worth this. It's hard to say. I mean, 2 tier 1s, I don't know. Maybe I'll just do 20 of these. There we go, confirm. And then that one is done. And replace this one. So I just made this one. This one came out really good. Alright. And that's how you craft weapon. Not sure if I should really show this because I've not really paid any attention to it. I've basically completely ignored this. Whenever I get a point, I dump it in something random. And you'll probably have different ones than me too. And these are definitely not optimal. But I basically ignored this system for the most part. But here's my Pact Spirit stuff. Got some elemental res there. Extra damage taken, XP earned, XP earned. Minus damage taken, more res, more res. Damage avoidance, some damage, damage. Drop rate. Yeah, so I've completely ignored this. This is the pay to win part of the game, is the gotcha pets, so you'll probably have something different. So yeah, unless you're a juicer, and if you're a juicer, you probably have better ones than me. But I haven't really paid attention to this, and it's been going just fine.